It is time to start off something new. I haven't played Brawl Stars all that much. You can see I got only 60k trophies and I really haven't made a dent in any progress for ranked or anything. So I'm going to try to get to 100,000 trophies maybe at some point. And my first goal is to get some prestige. But because if I look at the Brawl Pass, it seems like you have 6 days and 9 hours till the next cycle for prestige. So there's no point in me really pushing a brawler that's already tier max. So what I'm going to be doing right now is getting a few of these brawlers which are very low to tier max. That way when I can start the prestige when the new season starts, I'm gonna have more brawlers that I can have access to. So first off on the docket, I'm gonna be playing this meeple and I want to see how this one goes. It is gonna be day one though. I'm feeling positive about this. The reason I started this channel is that I've been doing YouTube for maybe like what, 2 to 3 years now, and the issue that I've been having is most of my content is very bland. I've been trying to do what other people do most of the time, and as a result, there isn't really a reason for a person to watch me versus another creator, right? And I think that is something that I am doing really wrong. So I want to change up how I do things. I want to be a little bit more in line with what I want as a creator. I don't want to keep doing things that other people expect me to do. So from now on, it's just going to be a lot of me playing Brawl Stars, a lot of me getting goals in Brawl Stars, and actually enjoying the game. Unfortunately, it seems like we lost the bots. We lost the bots in our first game. Wonderful. Awesome. Love to see it. But not the first game. It was the first round. A little bit better now. Uh-oh. I do have a super, so we can use that. Hello, shalom, Shabbat shalom. As game one in the books, just 500,000 more to go. Okay, we got some kit shenanigans, Frau and Nico. Ooh, the kit shenanigans are going to be very annoying. Kit is an S tier brawler, so expect to see it being brought out a lot. But the thing is, I have a stun too, right? So, and my stun is based on my HP, and I probably should have used a stun there. Yes. Maybe I used that wrong. It doesn't matter. We got the dub. I have noticed though that Brawl Stars has fallen off a little bit. A lot of people aren't watching Brawl Stars because, well, the game itself is in a bad spot right now with the game balance, and then the fact that we have so many different pieces of content that are made specifically to expire after the season ends. So there isn't much going on in terms of Brawl Stars. Like, Brawl Stars hasn't changed in 2 years now. It's been just hypercharges coming in, which have been impacting the meta, obviously, but nothing more than that. We've had, really honestly, I don't think anything too great lately for Brawl Stars. I don't think there isn't much to talk about with Brawl Stars, and especially I feel like the mastery kerfuffle was very bad. Oh my god, no. I just died. The removal of mastery was really bad. They could have kept the mastery and kept the records as well. It didn't have to be two different things. They could have possibly removed a little bit of the progression that you get from mastery and moved it onto records a little bit if that was a problem. But I think that the removal of mastery just was so bad. Like, from a content perspective, you had a lot of creators who used to make their bread and butter with specifically masteries. I am not one of them, right? I never really made mastery content. I felt like it was too difficult for me because it was tedious, and I'm not that sort of person. But a lot of people did make good content on it, and with the interest in Brawl Stars falling off, it feels like a lot of those creators have been impacted disproportionately, and now they got to find new ways to actually like figure out how to make content, something that is uniquely them, right? So unfortunately for them, that's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm in a very bad spot here. I should get this. Yes. Okay, I got this here. Got this here, and that is there. Here we go. Yes. Okay, cool. I feel like also there hasn't been any new content piece that really takes its place. Records are a little too finicky, and I think, you know, oh no, why did I move back in? I thought Captain would be able to help me. As a creator, your job is to find different content spaces and gaps which emerge in the market, make content for that specifically, and, you know, try your best and trying to be relevant as much as possible. And with masteries going, that makes it much harder for so many people. Please, Captain, help me. Okay. So hopefully they find their way back, and hopefully Brawl Stars has a banger update, because the next update cycle is going to be soon. Bye. So when that happens, I hope that Brawl Stars makes something really good happening. Your job as a content creator is to make content, right? So how you do that is you need to find spaces in the market, place where people aren't making content and trying to do that. Maybe a spectacle also might help out from time to time. But the issue overall is that you need to be adaptable and figure out what people want by having a look at the pulse of the market, right? And I feel like a lot of people forget that. And I also did the same thing. So I kept on trying to chase a trend rather than just be authentically me. And I just don't want to be that anymore. I want to be just Pan. I just want to be a yappy guy. I don't want to do too much. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do too much. Here, stun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Bye. Artie. Leave me alone, Artie. You know, I think at some point I decided, a few months ago in fact, that I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be me. And now I think it's about time. Brawl Stars fell off so much, so I don't really need to worry about the trend so much. I'm just gonna try to make content that I would like to see and talk about stuff that I want to talk about. I know I could have always done that, but I didn't, so that's my bad. What this means is that I'm going to be trying to upload more often, right? I'm going to be trying to upload daily. I'll try to upload compilation videos on the main channel, but this is going to be my focus most of the time. It's just going to be daily uploads of just me doing stuff. And yeah, it's going to be with Brawl Stars a lot, Clash Royale a little bit. I have no idea about Clash Royale. Like the game, I stopped playing it in 2017, so my skills are really, really bad for Clash Royale. And as a result, I think it's going to be funny because I am not going to know. I don't know any of the Evos. I don't know any of the new cards after Rascals, I think, or maybe it was Snowball. I'm not sure. And no, Royal Pig was the last thing that I remember from Clash Royale. So if you look at my decks in Clash Royale right now, it's the same as I had them in 2017, 2018 when I quit Clash Royale. And it's just like very OG decks. I used to be a 2.6 Hog Cycle player. I don't even know if that's viable anymore, but I just know that I am really bad at Clash. Insanely hopeless in Clash Royale. I also don't know the names of the cards or even the characters or even anything, honestly. Like at this point, I feel like it might just be a really bad decision to play Clash, but we're gonna do it anyway. No. Oh, nice. I got the kill. Okay. I remember some touchdown thing was there in Clash Royale, but I want to give it an honest try. So that means videos every single day, unless I grew up somehow. I'm gonna be a little less family friendly, so I might swear from time to time. And if that's not what you're signing up for, well, you signed up for the wrong thing, sir. Bye. So the other day I went and I watched Superman, and I haven't seen a DC movie in a while. I feel like the last DC movie I saw was Joker, like the first one, not the second one. I'm not too big into musicals, so that wasn't my cuppa, but definitely Joker was the last DC movie I saw. And the problem with DC movies most of the time is that they try to be very, very serious. They try to be epic, and they're like, oh, it's like Beowulf or whatever. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes it just misses the plot. It's trying to be something that it's not. And the problem with Marvel movies for me is that Marvel movies were trying to be a bit too goofy, and I feel like a lot of people were locked into the first bit of lore, didn't much care for the next bit. Like I feel like Ultron is where people like drew the line, and then they kind of kept watching just because there was Thanos. Yeah, after Thanos was done and like the big important heroes were kind of finished, I feel like everybody just kind of gave up on Marvel. Like they were like, we're done with this stuff. And I feel like at some point there was a lot more Marvel stuff than we needed. Like we had those TV shows and all of that. And who wants to watch Agents of fucking Shield? Like what am I gonna get out of watching Agents of fucking Shield? Like honestly, why would you watch that? That was just a waste of time. You had the spaceship which fell in like New York City, and the whole thing is about salvaging parts, which is okay, cool, but why would I want to watch it? There was so many random stuff that a lot of non-Marvel fans wouldn't much care for, and they kind of cater to specifically diehard Marvel fans. But the problem is that all the stories were really bad anyway, so people didn't much give a crap about Marvel. But DC, on the other hand, had a lot of issues. I feel like Man of Steel was a pretty decent start to Superman's origin story. Like they kind of wanted it to be a little bit romantic, so they were trying a little too hard there with some of the lines. Clark Kent's dad, and this I'm talking about Man of Steel, was a little bit too stoic. Wasn't I didn't feel midwesterny. The villains were also kind of whatever. Zod played a pretty nice role, and then they had Doomsday. What? Doomsday was Zod? That didn't make sense to me either. Like, Doomsday is Doomsday, Zod is Zod, so that was weird. Then you had Suicide Squad, which was probably one of the best movie trailers of all time. It really sold me on the movie. I went for the movie. I was so excited to watch the Joker's, the rendition of the Joker from, what's that guy from 9 Inch Nails, or 30 Seconds, I don't know, 30 Seconds to Mars, whatever. Jared Leto, whatever. I wanted to see his Joker. I thought he would be great, but he was so disappointing and very problematic, and that was just, I just couldn't. I feel like the individual DC stuff, like when you had the Batman series, right? You had Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Those were really good. But my issue with like the whole DC thing is that every single standalone DC movie tried to be a little bit more badass than it needed to be, and the comic relief was kind of weird. Then DC tried like to course correct, and then they did that Shazam movie series where it was basically a Marvel movie. It didn't feel like you're watching a DC movie at all by any means whatsoever, and that was weird. I felt like a lot of people were like, yeah, this is just a Marvel ripoff. It's like a Marvel house with DC paint, or sorry, it's like a DC house with Marvel paint. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, so it was definitely not well received, and rightfully so. What is this dude doing? You're just gonna die. Just forget it. Toward the founder 1-2-1. Can we get the stun? Yeah, get the stun. Get the kill. Bye. Okay. Bye-bye. No. That dude's still alive. How's he still alive? Okay. Mediocre is alive too, so we should get this one in the bag, right? Yeah. Cool. GG's. Then we had Joker, which was such a serious movie talking about mental health issues and how a lot of people get, you know, through the cracks of like the welfare system and the healthcare system, and as a result you have these tragedies which might be capping. Here we go. Nope, I helped out capping. Let's go. Anyway, so we got these tragedies. It's a really good series, but I didn't much care for the musical, so I didn't watch it. Oh no, they left without me. The kid's going there. Wait, never mind. Bye. The kid could have probably won it because he took out mediocre. Hey, I'm a beginner meeple now. Also, 60,000 trophies. I didn't realize when I hit that. And I feel like a lot of the fortunes of DC changed when Marvel fired James Gunn. James Gunn, the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the biggest superhero movies of all time, if I have to really be serious, because most of the characters non-comic book fans didn't know about, right? And somehow James Gunn was able to make such a compelling story, very, very entertaining. And honestly, I think a lot of people fucked with it. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons why Marvel was getting successful, because I feel like after the second phase, a lot of people just kind of stopped fucking with Marvel. So James Gunn was great for them for that reason. But once again, the issue with James Gunn specifically getting fired after that, Marvel kind of lost a lot of relevance in my opinion. But DC, oh my god, they picked him up. And that Superman movie, it wasn't like the perfect movie by any means, but it was a really entertaining movie. I felt like the characters were developed a little bit, but the setting was mostly the point of development here. So really good stuff coming in from DC. I was gonna say Marvel. At this point, it feels like we're watching Marvel, right? But it's still authentically not Marvel. It's still DC. Like, you have the characters, they're playing their parts really well. I liked how they used Guy Gardner instead of Hal Jordan for the Green Lantern. That was such a good decision. And then topping it off with Mr. Fantastic and Mr. Terrific. I didn't even know about this dude, and I feel like he's like a place in for Cyborg. But I'm not gonna spoil the story for you guys because I don't want to. I feel like you guys should watch the movie. It's a really fun movie, all things considered. DC has been kind of killing it with the comic game, I feel like, in the last 10 years, especially with the Injustice series, and I want to see the Injustice series come in. Please don't die! I died to a bot! I died to a bot! I died to a bot! Wow! Another rivalry that I really enjoy is Pokemon versus Digimon. I really used to like Digimon as a kid. The anime was so bad, so good. It was really badass. They had, you know, the power of friendship or whatever, but the stories were a little bit more compelling to me, at least. But at the same time, Pokemon has fallen off. The story isn't as great as it used to be. The animations definitely are really mediocre. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. I think we're going to be losing this one. Uh-oh. Shit, I took too much damage. I did too much. I did too much by doing nothing. So Pokemon, they kind of have lost the plot. Scarlet and Violet was a really good game actually, but the graphics were really terrible. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a really good game. It was a decent game considering Sword and Shield was like booty. Oh my god. No, I died. I think they win this. Wait, how? How are they winning this? How are they coming back? They got that one kill. It's time for Caillou, but Caillou is in a very bad spot. How do we... What? How did they win this? You guys are crazy. Crazy cracked. But yeah, after Sword and Shield, I completely lost all hope in Pokemon. I've stopped like really paying attention to it. I didn't even buy Legends Arceus. I did not play that game. But Sword and Shield kind of made me want to start playing that game. I bought the DLC for Sword and Shield and I just didn't play it either. It was so bad. Okay, nice. That was a very welcome kill. I have my stun, so whenever Edgar jumps in, we're still gonna wreck the ever-loving fuck. No! Yes. Oh, yeah, we win this. He saved his super too, and he saved. Oh, wait, he didn't save his super. He saved his hypercharge. Is what I meant. GG's mediocre. Good job. I'm really hoping Legends ZA is decent because I don't want to die here. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, wait. I need. Okay. Okay, I didn't even need to freak out or worry too much. How? Why did he have shields at the right time? No, I hate this. I hate you so much, Edgar. Please, I just die. Oh my god, that was a skill issue on my part. I could have just hit the gadget. I'm looking forward to the new Legends Arceus series or Arceus series. My issue is that it's completely in Lumio City, and I hope that it looks good on the Switch 2. But right now, I don't want to buy the Switch 2 just yet. I do want to play it, and I might just make content for it on another channel altogether. I'm just playing stuff which is not Supercell related. This is going to be a Supercell only channel. You don't have to worry too much. It's only going to be Supercell Brawl. That's always funny to me. Two things that I always find funny in Brawl Stars is this and that. Okay, I need to lock in here. No, I don't have the range to really compete. Here we go. Bye. Thank you. I love it when they walk in accidentally. Oh man. Bye, Piper. How does it feel, Piper? How does it feel, Piper? Yeah, do your thing. She even did the jump. Awesome. I love bullying people. Okay, that is a kill. The Colette should die next, right? We have all three? No, we don't. I am so dumb. Okay, I need to finesse this Colette somehow, and it involves me using my super. Bye. Never mind. Okay, Legends ZA looks slightly different, right? Or whatever it is. I keep saying Z is Z for you guys, but it's Z for me because I am Indian and I live in Canada. So in Canada, they say Z instead of Z. So I'm going to keep saying that. But the system is slightly different. You run around, right? And you have to control your Pokemon while you run around or something. I don't know. So I like that. That's something that I envisioned when I was a kid playing Pokemon. So I'm kind of excited for that. Even though I didn't play the first Legends series, I should have, but I didn't. No, that was bad. Me am suck. Me am suck. Me am suck. Mediocre, mediocre, mediocre. There we go. Deadpool. Not sure why the dynamite is rushing. Deadpool. He's gonna be so deaded now. Bye. Bye. You got the hypercharge right then, though. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. I love knockout, but in a map like this, I wish I had a little bit more range, and that is like one of my biggest problems with knockout here. How did he still kill me? How did he get away? How did they not chase after him? What is going on? I'm gonna put down the clown. Oh, I can't even put down the clown spray. Fix your game, Supercell. Last game to 500. Will I make it? Let's see what we got. We got Jean, we got Amber, and we got Cord. No. Run away. What are you gonna do, Amber? There isn't really anything that you can do here. What am I gonna do? There we go. Bye. Bye, Amber. Bye. Bye. Oh, okay. The Jean just died. Is that game number 500? Do we get 500 trophies? Oh my god, 500 trophies! Hit that like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.